The Ace family just cracks me up sometimes with the things that they do. And we have a few things to talk about with them today, from Austin and Catherine going back to their old ways, to Landon getting called out for scamming a small business with his friend Joe. But I also want to mention that I saw Austin and Landon recently at a Halloween party. And might I say, I was shocked that they didn't dress up in a costume. I mean, it was Halloween, it was a costume party, and usually people would go in a costume, but they were just dressed as themselves. Anyway, Catherine was dressed up with her friend Chantel Jeffries, and honestly, she was getting some love on this TikTok that they did together. But let's get into what's going on with this family. Let's start with Landon and this scam, because I was getting tagged in TikToks about this, and people were wondering what the story was with this. This girl, Angelica, who owns the company Fire Neon, posted a video about how she was a big fan of the Ace family, and she was a really big fan of Landon and Shyla as well. Like, we're talking major fan. Like, she went to their events, she paid to see them, she loved them and heavily supported them. And she wanted to tell her story of how she got scammed by them and is no longer supporting this family. She said she had a small business, like I said, Fire Neon, where she made neon signs, and she knew that the best way to get her business off the ground when she was first starting it would be to have an influencer promote the product. So she was willing to make a sign for them in exchange for promo after they reached out. Landon's friend Joe was the one who reached out to her after she started following him and said that he was going to pay for the shipping, and in exchange for all of this, he would promo the sign on his Instagram story. She said, okay, no problem, and she made the sign. And she said she actually never got payment for the shipping. It was $100, but she thought, okay, like, that was my bad. You live and you learn. She was just starting a business. She should have gotten that payment before she actually sent it to him. So she knew that she messed up there. Then he came back to her for another sign. He wanted to work with her again, and this time he wanted to make a sign for Landon's daughter. Landon and him were living together, and Landon was going to do an entire house tour, and he was going to show off a sign that she made in a house tour video, and the sign was going to be in his daughter's room. So Joe was reaching out to her like, hey, can you get this sign for Landon? And also, can I get a sign of my logo? And she was like, okay, yeah, like, let's just, forget about the last thing. She felt like she had messed up about the payment with the shipping. So she was like, all right, let's do this. She was going to get a shout out in a YouTube video. And for a business, that's a big deal. I mean, he had a big following compared to her. And so she was willing to do a trade to get that shout out because she knew that it was probably going to bring her a lot of business. Now she says that she sent him those signs and she waited and waited for the YouTube video. Finally, the video was posted and they didn't shout her out. Not only did they not shout her out, but they shouted out an entirely different neon sign company. They had a totally different sign in his daughter's room, and when it came time to show Joe's sign, they just said, yeah, Joe has this really cool neon sign, and didn't give her a shout out, and she was so hurt by this.
Going to my daughter's room here. So you've already seen this room, you know what I'm saying, but we did have a new addition that Solene loved. Go ahead and check out this sign. Shout out to Mike Dynasty Designs. He killed this sign. He has another one for me upstairs that I'm about to show you guys, but Solene loved this. A lot of you guys asked where I got it from. Mike Dynasty Designs. Look him up on Instagram. He killed it. We appreciate it. She loved it. Coming into Joe's room. Very, very clean. Honestly, the cleanest I've ever seen it. He has his logo up on the wall. Very fire neon sign. He has his setup. Very fire.
So she reached out and said that she was disappointed, and Joe basically said that they got busy and it was like an oversight, and he basically was like, how can we make this work? And she said, you can pay me for the signs. And he was like, I can just like send you the signs back. Like, we don't need to pay for anything. Let me just return them. And she was like, what am I going to do with signs that are customized? I can't resell that. And that's a very ridiculous ask. I mean, you wanted free signs. All you have to do is post a YouTube video. You can't even do that. It's just actually insane. So she included these messages between her and Joe on Instagram, and she put them in her video where, he reached out to her. He messaged her, let's work. She sent him the designs, like, is this what you want? And they are agreeing to this. And when she reached out about the YouTube video shout out, she was like, hi, Joe. I've seen Landon's house tour video and I'm a bit disappointed and looking for some clarity. I was shocked to see that there was another neon sign company in the video, but more of that, we were not mentioned at all. That wasn't what we discussed. These signs are very expensive to make and we are still considered a small business just looking for some credit. I understand you reposted on your story, but I thought that was you just being kind and loving the sign. Thought the mention was going to be the YouTube video since there was more than one sign given for free and this was the original agreement. And she's clearly messaging him and it took him a while to message back and he's just like, hey, sorry, just didn't see this. I didn't know about the other one. I apologize. Was in a rush to post this a lot in my head that day. What would you like to do? And she basically says like, I totally understand this was not your YouTube channel personally, and this isn't your place to add us in the video since it isn't your channel, but it was a part of the initial discussion. I guess at this point, the only thing left to do would be charge you the cost of the 2 signs. I really didn't want to go this route, but that's the only thing I can think of since it isn't your channel to give us credit, especially since Landon is already partnering with another neon sign company. She said the price for the 2 signs is $250 each. Please let me know if Venmo or Zelle works. And he said, I apologize, didn't do it in time, but I can just send you back the signs. She says that that's not going to work because the signs have your custom logo. I'm really hoping we can resolve this here and you pay the price of the sign. Given the fact that the first time I had the signs made for you, you said you would send $100 for the sign via Venmo, which didn't happen. I let it slide, didn't mention it because we love to do business with you. But this time it's unacceptable because you partnered with another neon sign company and posted the video we were supposed to be in. So she sends some receipts to him of their conversations previously in regards to the $100 and the shipping. And he's like, responding later, I'm on set. And then he just never responded to her again. And she's like literally threatening to sue him, honestly, in this last one, saying, we have no choice but to go through small claims court, and this may lead to a very public business lawsuit. This is the final direct message on behalf of the breach of contract. You guys, like, what are these people thinking? Like, anybody associated with the Ace family, it's just craziness what they are surrounded by. Why are we scamming small businesses? Why are we scamming fans? And the whole time in the video that she made on her YouTube channel talking about this, she's like, you're rich. This should not be a big deal. I'm not asking for thousands of dollars here. And I truly think that these people just put on that they have money, like especially Landon. And when it comes down to it, they will find little ways to take advantage of people or cut corners so they don't have to pay for things. And we have seen how they have scammed fans before for a quick buck, like with Austin's How to Be a Millionaire course, and how they spin stories to make it seem like people just paint them out to be some type of way when they're not. But here we have someone who loved this family, all the members and people associated with this family, and they were hurt. I mean, how do they think they can take advantage of the people they have left that love them and support them, and they're still gonna be able to continue to pay their bills? Like, it's just blowing my mind. They truly should be appreciative to people that still love and care for them after all that has come out about all of them over the years. So to hear them directly hurting fans is sad. It's truly so sad. Even if you think that she wasn't going about starting this business right and, you know, she shouldn't have been trying to get a promotion through the Ace family or any of its members, I still don't think that that gives them the excuse to take advantage of someone who is reaching out saying, I love you guys. Especially right now when people have noticed the Ace family struggling to keep the attention of their fans this year in their videos. And I know they have noticed the views just like not hitting the same for them. So it looks like as a result of that, they're going back to their roots. And Austin and Catherine are actually going back to just doing pranks on each other because for a while, the beginning of their channel, that's what they were doing. They were doing pranks on each other because pranks were popping off. Pranks were a really big thing. And now it seems like they're trying to go back to that because that's what got them a lot of views to begin with. And they kind of need those views now because there's so many people that are just like the Ace family scams and, you know, videos with their kids and everything that they probably are just like, we should go back to that. Just try and get people to like us again. And that's what they've been doing for the last 2 videos in a row, which they've always kind of done pranks here and there, but they're going back to doing them like every video now. And truly, I don't know how people in the comments think that these are real pranks when they sound like they're acting, but I mean, I guess the pranks are better than them scamming. But yes, they're back to pranking, and it's always the strangest things, like when Catherine that one time pretended to put her period blood on Austin's face. I still can't believe that that was a thing. But now she's pranking him by pretending to sell her used underwear online.
Where are you selling it? Where are you promoting this on Instagram?
No, I would never do that.
Where'd you promote it?
It's like on this website where people sell underwear, and like a lot of people are doing it. It's not just me. So can you go get me some more Ziploc bags because I have to mail them today.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Why?
You're not gonna send it.
Why?
I don't think you should send it.
Why?
Give them the money back, refund.
I can't.
And he pranked her by pretending to hire a masseuse to come to the house to give her a massage, when really it was going to be him giving her the massage and he was just going to be doing weird things to her, which that was weird.
What the I hate you so much.
You had no idea.
Such random pranks, that is for sure. But I guess better than scamming. The whole thing is just annoying and so frustrating, and I do feel bad for that fan that got hurt by, you know, the Ace family and people that are associated with them, but that is a lesson for sure. So that is what's been going on with the Ace family. I definitely want to know what you guys think in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.